Hi, I'm Spencer.
And I'm Dylan, and you're watching Agoraphobic News.
Hey, Milsh here. You're watching another episode of Agoraphobic News here with Full of Hell, Mr. Dylan.
Yep, how's it going?
And Mr. Spencer.
How's it going?
So this is your first time here at Exit Festival in Serbia, right?
Yep, first time in Serbia ever.
Are you super excited about it?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Happy to be here. Should be cool.
You guys like it so far, right?
Yeah. I mean, we haven't been able to see much. We were stuck at the border. Not any issues at the border. It's just the border was super crowded today.
So you're right now on tour with Black Dahlia Murderer.
No, we're actually on tour by ourselves. It's just been the past couple days we've been playing shows with Black Dahlia.
And another tour was announced with Cattle Decapitation, Artificial Brain, and Revocation. Is it in November?
Yeah, November.
So are you excited about it? I mean, these bands are fucking killer.
Yeah, we love those bands. Cattle Decapitation is a big influence for us, and Artificial Brain are some friends of ours, and we're fans of their music, so should be awesome.
Have you heard their latest album, Infrared Horizon?
Oh yeah, it rules. We're on the same label, so we got the record, and it's so good.
You like it?
Oh, I love it. I bought it, I pre-ordered it, and it's not left my car since I've gotten it.
It's pretty brutal and melodic and noisy, you know. And you guys just released Trumpeting Ecstasy in March.
May.
In May,
Yes.
and what were your aims for that album?
What was that again?
Your aims for that album. I mean, what did you want to accomplish with?
I just wanted to a more straightforward record because our last couple records were more on the experimental side. So I wanted to take a more death metal approach to my songwriting kind of thing. Still have it like our vibes and like typical influences we've taken, just pushing our musical capabilities a step further.
Yeah, I really thought that it was more of a death metal kind of thing. But what was with your vocals in that record? Did you have some different approach?
I was just trying to have as much fun as I could with my voice. Over the years with our records, I've learned a little bit more about tracking vocals. So this time around, I just didn't want to leave out anything where I would look back and be like, oh man, I wish I would have like layered the vocal like this or done this kind of grunt or this kind of like screech here. So I just tried to kind of go all for it. Yeah.
And can you tell us something about these noise EPs? You have like 4 noise EPs, Vol 1, Vol 2, or...
We used to do these noise tapes when we had first started the band. They were his idea. It was just like an easy way for us to kind of step out of like what was considered like the norm for like our band maybe, and try some like different approach to making like some sounds and stuff. So I mean, we'll probably do another one again someday, don't you think? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we take a bunch of inspiration from bands like Man is the Bastard or the Endless Blockade, and they did like similar experimentation on like the noise side. So we wanted to just like, I don't know, we were a lot younger too when we did those, so we were more like wearing our influences on our sleeves kind of thing. I feel like now that we've gotten older, we're able to like interject the noise into our actual albums and songs instead of having it a separate thing and making the album a complete identity type of thing.
And do you guys like bands like Hella or Urban Radar, Lightning Bolt?
Oh, we love Lightning Bolt.
Have you maybe toured with them or?
No, I don't think Lightning Bolt's really interested in touring with aggressive bands. But Brian Chippendale from Lightning Bolt came and played on a record we just finished. We did another collaboration with The Body, and Brian came in and did like a drum off thing with Dave, and it's really crazy. Yeah.
Awesome. And can you tell us something about your album with Merzbow? How did that happen?
We met this guy from Budapest. His name is Balázs Pandi. He's like one of the best drummers ever. He came to see us and was really into it, and we just became friends, and we traded music. And then he kind of led on to who he was, and like that Masami was into us. And he suggested like we should do a record together, and Masami was really into it. And it was just that simple. And then Masami sent us a bunch of stuff, and we just had been in touch, and we've played a couple times together. But yeah.
I mean, that is probably one of your best records. Do you feel in the same way, or?
I mean, now that it's been out for a couple years, there's like a lot I would change about it. Like some of the stuff is like, I feel as though like Masami or Merzbow is like a little bit buried too much in like behind our music, so I would put him more in the forefront more. I think it's some of the best songs we've written, but yeah, there's like a little things I would change about it.
And you have this song called High Fells with trumpets. Whose idea was that?
I forget. It was probably me and Dylan's idea. It was like a collective thing. We just take a lot of influence from bands like Swans and stuff who do like outside experimentation and outside instrumental, like in, you know, not in the like norm of like aggressive music type of thing. We wanted to put that in our inspiration.
And what was the idea behind the Roots of Earth for Consuming My Home? I mean, lyric-wise.
You know, that was a long time ago. I think it was more of like an introspective record when I was still writing about my own problems, which kind of annoys me now. I don't really like to even like play those songs or anything.
So it's
I don't even remember. It was like a different time for me. I would have to reread it and everything.
so it's not like environmental issues.
No, it has nothing to do with anything eco or like political or anything like that. It's like very introverted, like existential.
And what are your guys' favorite albums? Can you name some?
I love like anything that Ephraim Manouk was involved in. If it was like something that's different about me as opposed to the rest of the band, like Silver Mount Zion and Godspeed You Black Emperor, like pretty much their entire discographies, and like anything those families of bands are involved in. And I know we love like earlier Swans material, like especially when they were like a lot heavier.
And you? What are your favorite albums?
I would say like Primitive from the Endless Blockade, and I've said like in other interviews before, like Pinkerton by Weezer is my favorite album ever. Like, it's not as much anymore, like as I've gotten older, but it was like for a while there, that was like one of my biggest inspirations for like my guitar tone.
Right. And what about favorite guitars, maybe?
God, I don't. I have no idea, honestly. I would say like Luke LeMay from Gore Guts. He's like a big inspiration on me. Guitar player of Discordance Axis. Really like his playing. Trey from Morbid Angel. Like those are more like later influences type of thing. Like when we started the band, it was more like I was taking influences from like just Power Violence or like hardcore band. So it wasn't like
Kind of strange because you kind of shifted to grindcore death metal.
Yeah, I don't know. I just just changed my perspective on like the way I play guitar and stuff like that as I've gotten older.
And who was your biggest inspiration for vocals? I mean, your vocal approach.
I always liked Alexis Marshall from Daughters, and I always really liked John Chang from Discordance Axis. Travis Ryan from Cattle Decapitation has a pretty crazy voice. It's actually funny, when I was way younger, dude from Black Dahlia Murder always had like a big presence for me. Like when I first heard his voice, I thought it was two singers, and I was just like, this is fucking crazy. So I don't know, but there's a bunch of guys. I don't know.
How do you manage to keep up with your voice? I mean, after all these screaming.
I don't really think about it, to be honest. I've been singing in bands since I was like 13 years old, so there's definitely like mistakes I've learned not to make. Like I tend to like talk really loudly to my friends like the first couple days of tour, and in a loud venue that can shoot my voice. And I there's like teas and stuff that you can drink if you lose your voice, but generally I don't warm up or anything like that. And
So you're pretty much indestructible.
I wouldn't say that. I guess I can hurt my throat pretty easily. I think the voice on the later records is more of a head voice too, if that makes any sense. It's like about like projection as opposed to like just pushing as hard as you can, and it sounds better, and it's very easy on the vocal cords.
And what do you guys have to say for the fans here in Serbia and around the world?
For Serbia, hopefully we can come back again someday and not play like, you know, a smaller punk-oriented metal thing. I know like some of our fans were just like, oh, we can't afford it type of thing. So hopefully we can come back one day and actually play, you know, a reasonably priced show.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're gonna come back and play an all-ages show in Serbia. We've wanted to for a long time, so that'll be great. And I don't know, I guess I would just say thank you for the privilege of being able to allow us to travel all over the world and do this shit, playing in a fortress. It's ridiculous.
Fortress. You like Fortress?
I love fortresses of all kinds, especially this one.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Yeah, man, thank you very much.